These celebs are talented behind a microphone as well as in front of a camera. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities you forgot were in bands. For this list, we'll be looking at popular celebrities who are or were once in bands. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 10, Ricky Gervais.
Good luck. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt.
Okay,
Next.
So
You were in a band? Like a rock band?
Yeah.
What were you called?
Foregone conclusion.
Gervais is one of the most popular comedians of our time, but his heart always seemed to be in music.
Who is wrong and who is right? Yellow, brown, black or white?
Long before working at XFM, managing Suede and gushing over David Bowie on Extras, Gervais was in a new wave band called Siona Dancing.
I think I've sold out, to be honest, but yeah, it's difficult, isn't it, to keep your integrity when you're going for that first.
Little fat man who sold his soul.
The
Little fat man who sold his dream.
And yes, he had silly 80s hair.
You're losing out now.
The band formed in 1983 and was comprised of a very Bowie-sounding Gervais and his college buddy Bill McRae.
Lyrics man mainly, but the music came easy as well, so.
Gervais served as the vocalist and lyricist while McRae composed the music and played keys. They released 2 singles under London Records called More to Lose and Bitter Heart, with the former actually managing to find a devoted audience in the Philippines.
Were you successful?
Were we successful? I'll let you be the judge of that.
Number 9, Zoe Kravitz. Kravitz was born to a musician father and actress mother. Rather than choosing one art form over the other and causing fights at the Christmas table, Zoe decided why not both? Zoe is an actress first and foremost, starring in the likes of Mad Max Fury Road, X-Men First Class, and the Fantastic Beasts movies. But she's also followed in her father's footsteps and taken up music as a hobby.
What a lonely, lonely love.
In 2009, she formed and fronted a band called Elevator Fight, which performed at South by Southwest. She's perhaps best known as the vocalist of Lola Wolf, an R&B duo that has released 2 EPs and a studio album titled Calm Down. Number 8, Toni Collette.
You think I'm a freak?
Look at my face. I would never think that about you.
Collette is a highly decorated actress, having been nominated for dozens of awards over the years, including Emmy, Golden Globe, and SAG wins. You know her from movies like The Sixth Sense, About a Boy, and Hereditary.
It honestly feels like a betrayal just to be standing here talking about her.
But did you know she also has a band? They're called Toni Collette and the Finish, and Toni serves as the vocalist and primary songwriter.
Watch out, the fools are fighting. There's love that's dying.
Also included in the band is Toni's drummer husband, Dave Galifassi. Their only studio album, titled Beautiful Awkward Pictures, was released in 2006 and reached number 12 on Australia's Independent Albums chart.
Beautiful awkward pictures.
Number 7, Maya Rudolph.
It's happening. It's happening. It happened.
Most of us know Maya Rudolph as one of the funniest people in showbiz. Aside from her brilliant run on Saturday Night Live, Maya has also earned acclaim for her roles in Bridesmaids and The Good Place.
Damn! That was intense!
But in the mid-90s, she wasn't yet known as the funniest woman in showbiz. Some did know her, however, as a member of The Rentals, a rock band fronted by Weezer's bass player Matt Sharp. For a time in the late 90s, she played the keyboards and provided backing vocals for the band, and can be seen in the music videos for Waiting and Please Let That Be You. She joined the cast of SNL in 2000, and the rest is history. Number 6, Joe Keery.
Is he here?
Is who here?
Henderson.
Keery and his glorious hair were the surprise breakout stars of Stranger Things. Just months prior to the show's debut in 2016, Keery's psychedelic rock band Post Animal released their debut album, titled Post Animal Perform the Most Curious Water Activities. He and his guitar were also present for their second album, When I Think of You in a Castle, which was released in April 2018. Unfortunately, Keery has since left Post Animal due to a combination of scheduling conflicts and not wanting the band to be associated with him in Stranger Things. However, he hasn't left music behind. In September 2019, he released an album titled 2020 under the stage name Joe. Number 5, Jason Schwartzman.
I miss you, I'm going back home to the west.
Jason was born into movie royalty, being the son of Talia Shire, nephew of Francis Ford Coppola, and cousin to both Nicolas Cage and Sofia Coppola.
Don't you know? He asked. Don't you recognize him?
He hoisted the proverbial torch by frequently collaborating with acclaimed visionary Wes Anderson and starring in blockbusters like Scott Pilgrim.
I think this deserves a song.
However, Schwartzman is also a devout music lover. Jason was the drummer and primary songwriter of the rock band Phantom Planet and is credited on 3 of the band's 4 studio albums.
California, here we come, right back where we started from.
He left the band midway through the recording of their 3rd album to focus on his acting career, or as bandmate and friend Alex Greenwald put it, he finally made the adult decision between the 2 sides of him. Number 4, Russell Crowe. Crowe is one of the most celebrated actors of our time. The man has been nominated for 3 Academy Awards, 3 BAFTAs, 6 Golden Globes, and 3 MTV Movie Awards. But Crowe has also been involved in the music business since the 80s. He and his friend Billy Dean Cochran formed a band called 30 Odd Foot of Grunts, which released several albums throughout the late 90s and early 2000s. In the mid-2000s, he began another group with Great Big Sea's Alan Doyle called The Ordinary Fear of God, and in 2017, they created yet another act called Indoor Garden Party.
Are you not entertained?
All these bands, yet he still struggled in Les Mis.
There is no way to go on.
Number 3, Scarlett Johansson.
We have unfinished business.
Johansson is a versatile actress who can jump between the high-octane MCU to intimate movies like Marriage Story.
I may be like my father, but I am not like my mother.
But despite being one of the biggest actresses on the planet, Scarlett still finds time for music. She's done some solo work, having released studio albums in 2008 and 2009, and 4 EPs between 2008 and 2018. The latest, a collaboration with Pete Yorn titled Apart, was released in June of 2018. She also formed a band in 2015 called The Singles, which is also comprised of Hyams Este Hyam. However, the band faced a cease and desist letter the following year from a Los Angeles-based rock group of the same name. Number 2, Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling can do it all, it seems. Back in 2007, Gosling and his friend Zach Shields formed a gothic rock band called Dead Man's Bones. In 2009, they released their first and so far only album.
Yeah, that's nice.
It was recorded in collaboration with Silver Lake Conservatory Children's Choir, and a song titled In the Room Where You Sleep was even included on the Conjuring soundtrack. And just to prove that he is indeed the coolest man in the world, Ryan contributed vocals, keys, guitar, and cello. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
If you think that you might have a position of strength, please assume it now. Habits might form.
Number 1, Keanu Reeves. If Ryan Gosling isn't the coolest dude on the planet, then it's probably Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Not to lean too heavily into the Keanu Reeves is literally God incarnate meme, but he does play music too. Well, did play music, but still. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, Keanu played bass in the alt-rock band Dogstar. The band released an EP and 2 studio albums, and they also had the distinction of opening for the likes of Bon Jovi and David Bowie. Another fun fact, Weezer's first public gig was closing for Dogstar on March 19, 1992. Though Reeves also lent his bass-playing skills to the band Becky in the mid-2000s, that stint was cut short after he decided he'd rather focus on acting. Keanu Reeves has led quite a life. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
All the memories I